Track or treat. That was the Houston event that was recently held out at DroneWorld RTF, Houston's premier drone racing venue, and I finally hit first place. That's right, here is my first place prize. Contained therein is an awesome Hershey's Gold.
I want to know where to go. I want to go. Give me the go. I want to go.
Peanuts and pretzels king size candy bar, which is awesome. Check out this first place prize that I can add to my very new mounting collection of drone racing prizes. I just couldn't believe that I actually took home first place when I barely was able to get my first podium spot a week ago. So I'm on a roll. This is exciting. Now let's talk very quickly a little bit more about the event. Now, we are very fortunate enough in Houston to house the latest up and coming track designer, Matt Maxx. That's right, track designer to the stars. If your chapter does not have an engineer designing your tracks, then I don't know what y'all are doing with your life, because you got to step this shit up. So take a look at this track. It is amazing. The details, the exploded views of the difficult obstacles. I mean, grower dive. Oh man, that is a tribute to NM Grower, Team Catalyst pilots. So that is just awesome. This was a very difficult and challenging track, and there was a lot of back and forth. I had some really heated head-to-head races with Imaginary Eighth, with King James, and also with ZeusFPV. Now, I did not bring my GoPro this day, so I'm going to include a little bit of ZeusFPV's GoPro footage just so you can get a clean and clear picture of just how beautiful this track was today. Oh, so awesome. And now everybody today was very happy that Yvonne Limon was out of town for the big team race. So congrats to Team Texas, who traveled over to Louisiana. It was Limon, NM Grower Neil, and McGap. And then another guy who I believe is from one of the other Texas chapters. I forget his name, but I have met him. He let me borrow one of his Fat Shark batteries one time. But congrats to those four guys. They just absolutely dominated up there. Now, since I raced so much last weekend at the Drone Wars event, I had not planned to do any racing this weekend. But when I saw that Yvonne was going to be out of town, I knew it could potentially be my chance. So I woke up super early on Sunday, tried to do as many of the things that I needed to get done that day so that I could get a pass from the wife to be able to travel over to this event. And I'm so glad that I did.
Jurassic Park.
I didn't have enough time to try this track out on sim, even though Brent RektFPV made the track in Liftoff and Matt Maxx made the track in Velocidrone. For all of your simulator needs, I mean, what other chapters do this? They put together a premium design track. Members from the community go and design the track on sim so that you have time ahead of time to practice this very challenging and fun track. But we can do that here. So if you're in any of the neighboring cities, communities, or even if you're from here, definitely make it out, because these are stepping it up. Now I'm going to include a bit of footage from a video that Yvonne posted from Louisiana saying Matt Maxx has designed one of the best tracks that he's ever seen, and why are there not more than 11 people signed up?
Okay,
I'm really proud of the track that Matt made. It's like an awesome design. I'm kind of sad that I'm going to be here instead of there tomorrow, but like you guys should have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But Matt did a damn good job making that
Damn good
track.
job, Mr. Matt.
Damn good job, Mr. Matt. I like it.
So that was it. I had to come. I signed up like at midnight Saturday with the hopes that I'd be able to finish what I needed to get done so that I could make it. And it was awesome. I landed in the trees during one of the practice heats. On the first round, I only got 2 laps. Because I crashed straight into the gate right after the first start gate. I wish I had that on DVR, but I don't. And then also another time during the practice heats, I broke another gate, and it was that same exact gate that I got crashed into the round directly after. So I knew I was having a problem coming in too hot. And just smashing into things, and I was very nervous. Now James decided to run James, the owner and proprietor of DroneWorld RTF, decided to run this event slightly different. He was only gonna have 1 drop. 1 drop meant that you had to really focus on being very consistent, and I didn't realize those were the rules throughout the day. I'm glad I asked right before the last round of racing, because my first round I had 2 laps, then I had 4, 4, 4 on rounds 2, 3, and 4, and so I thought that we were going to be dropping 2. So for the last round, I was planning on just pushing it as hard as I can, trying to get that 5th lap, because on 2 of those rounds, I was only about 5 or 6 seconds away from hitting it. So if I could clean up, I could really hope to get that 5th lap. But when James said that it was only 1 drop, I really had to make sure that I got at least another 4 laps. So I had to tighten it up. I decided not to go super speed and risk a crash. And that ended up being a great strategy, because I was only 1 lap behind Matt Maxx. So I was able to hold out for the win in first place with 16 laps due to 4 of those rounds counting. That left an awesome 3-way tie between King James, Matt Maxx, and RektFPV, who had to go in a crazy race off at the end. And the race off was awesome. King James was having some camera issues and had to bow out after the second lap, leading an incredible heads-up race between Matt Maxx and RektFPV, which went down to the wire. They were kind of trading places. I was spotting for Brent, and he could see him almost the entire race, so we were waiting for the right moment to push and take the lead, but he just had one little stumble on an obstacle and was just like about 2 or 3 seconds behind, but still awesome. That put Matt Maxx in second and RektFPV in third. So congrats to everyone. Congrats to the community, because we really ran this event very tight, very timely. We've been talking as a community, how do we put more events on successfully? We've had some people that have kind of left the hobby recently who are main fixtures in the community, or they've just been busy. So how do we push forward and have awesome events without those leaders? How do we get other people to step up and hold events? And this was really a great example of that. So I'm not sure who all the race organizers were. I think it was ZeusFPV. Matt Maxx, of course, was there, and he contributed this track. If your chapter does not have engineered design courses, then if you have the means, I highly recommend it, because they are so choice.
It's so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up.
I mean, enough said right there, guys. This was an awesome event. We had 15 people total, so it really, I can't remember the last time we were done with a race at 3 o'clock, and we pretty much finished it up. So we finished by 3, another 10 minutes for the race off, and then we were done. Most people were packed up and out of there by about 3:30, which is great, because there's been other times where we've been going all the way till 5, and I know a lot of us have to drive an hour to get there. So just some notes. I'm gonna put one more round of my last round of racing on here, and just enjoy. It feels really good to get first place. I didn't think that would be happening until next season, so I'm gonna try to double down, focus some more time on practicing. I'm really liking my current setup, which is the 6S setup. It is 2207 1722 kV hyperlights with the CF1 frame. Also, a very notable thing, places on this race 1, 2, and 3 were all running campfire quads. So very interesting notes. Everybody was running a campfire quad CF1. Very, very cool. Thanks, guys.